When people talk about family secrets, you always imagine it happening to someone else. The kind of thing you see on TV dramas: scandalous affairs, hidden children, double lives. I never thought it would be my life. But 2 years ago, I found out my father had a son nobody knew about. I was 37 at the time. My father had already passed away 3 years earlier. We'd had a decent relationship, not perfect, but close enough that I thought I knew him. He was steady, predictable, a man of routines. He mowed the lawn every Saturday morning at 9 sharp, read the paper with his coffee, and told the same corny jokes at every family dinner. Nothing about him suggested secret life. Then one day, I got a message on social media. A man about my age, saying he thought we might be related. At first, I ignored it. Spam, I thought. But he persisted. He said he had DNA results. Said he'd been adopted, had searched for his biological parents, and my father's name came up. I stared at the screen for hours, my heart pounding. My father? My father, who had never once hinted at anything like this. I wanted to dismiss it, but curiosity and dread pulled me in. We exchanged more messages. He sent me his test results, and eventually, I took one myself. The results confirmed it: half-brothers. I felt like the ground beneath me had split open. On one side was the life I thought I knew. On the other, a shadow life my father had kept hidden. Questions swirled. Did my mother know? Was it an affair? Why had my father never said anything? The man I'd put on a pedestal suddenly seemed like a stranger. I didn't know what to do with the information. For weeks, I carried it alone. Finally, I told my mother. The look on her face is burned into my memory, not shock, but something closer to resignation. She whispered, "I always wondered." It turned out she had suspicions decades ago, but chose to bury them rather than destroy the family. I felt betrayed by both of them, my father for keeping the secret, my mother for never confronting it. But betrayal is complicated when the person who wronged you is no longer here to explain himself. There was no confrontation to be had, no apology to demand. Just silence and questions that would never be answered. As for my half-brother, his name is Daniel. I avoided him at first. I couldn't look at him without feeling a storm of emotions: anger, curiosity, grief. He wasn't to blame, but his existence was a living reminder of my father's lie. Eventually, though, I agreed to meet. We sat in a cafe, two grown men studying each other like mirrors that didn't quite match. He looked a little like me. Same eyes. Same crooked smile. He told me his story, how he'd grown up in foster care, bounced between homes, always wondering where he came from. How he finally saved up for a DNA test and found me. Listening to him, something shifted. The anger didn't disappear, but it made room for something else: empathy. He hadn't asked for any of this. He hadn't chosen to be hidden, to be denied. He was just a man looking for family. We started meeting more often. Lunches turned into phone calls. Phone calls turned into weekend visits. Slowly, awkwardly, he became part of my life. My siblings had mixed reactions when they found out. Some refused to meet him, saying it was too much. Others were curious but cautious. Family dynamics are messy even without hidden brothers surfacing decades later. But over time, walls softened. At a Christmas gathering last year, Daniel finally sat at our table. It was strange at first, an outsider among familiar faces, but then he told one of Dad's old corny jokes, and everyone laughed. For a moment, it felt like he had always been there. The anger toward my father hasn't vanished. I still wonder why he didn't tell us. Fear? Shame? Denial? I'll never know. But I've made peace with the fact that people are complicated, even the ones we think we know best. My father's secret doesn't erase the love he gave me, the lessons he taught me, or the memories we shared. It just makes him more human, flaws and all. And Daniel, he's no longer just the secret. He's my brother. We've built something out of the wreckage of lies, a real, tangible relationship. We talk about sports, about work, about the absurdities of daily life. He's even close with my kids, who call him Uncle D. What started as a devastating revelation has turned into an unexpected gift. I didn't lose my father twice. I gained a brother I never knew I had. Family secrets have a way of shaking the ground beneath you. But sometimes, in the rubble, you find new connections. And while I'll never stop wishing my father had told the truth, I'm grateful that the truth found me anyway.